here where it says last name in your opened document, I want you to type your last name. So I'm Farrell, so I'm going to type Farrell. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to create my landscape, which means outside artwork, right? So up here I have different shapes. And I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to get this rectangle because I want to fill this transparent background with a new sky to go with my landscape or outdoors artwork. I'm letting go, and now it's gray. It's like a grayish blue. And when I click away, do you see how it has a black outline? I don't want that. So I'm coming up here to outline, and I'm going to make it transparent. And then the other thing is yes, my fill color, I can keep it as blue, or I could go to gradient, and I could pick a blue that kind of has some white in it as well. So I'm happy with this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build up my land. So I'm going to come back, and I am going to start with another rectangle, and I'm going to make it a solid green to start. Oopsies! So I forgot to add a new shape on top. So I'm just doing Control Z to undo, and I'm going to draw my shape first. So here's my rectangle. And I'm going to click and drag, and it's too big, and that's all right. And I'm going to drag it so that it actually fits onto the area that I want. And this is going to be my land layer, so I'm going to drag it to the bottom, meaning the foreground. Up here, I'm going to change it to a solid green. And the nice thing is that I can come back and I can select these at any point and change their color. So now that I have my land and I have my sky, I'm going to start to create some mountains. So I think that this would be a good mountain. So I'm going to click and drag. So again, I have it run the width of my artwork. And I'm going to have this be a nice mountain. But the problem with it is it's upside down. Well, I could take this and I could spin it, but that's kind of hard to do sometimes. So the other thing I can do is right click, rotate, and I can flip it vertically. And do you see how now it's pitched the other way? I want the mountains to have a little bit more detail, so I am going to put a gradient on those. That's too light. That's nice and lush. I like that. And I'm going to drag it down. And I want to be able to have a taller mountain. See that curve, how it gets bigger the taller I make this? But I don't want it to cover up so much of my land. So what I'm going to do is, I'm using the arrow to nudge it where I want it. And now what I want to do is I want to move this behind my land layer. So I'm going to right click on him, and I'm going to change the order, and I'm going to send him back. And do you see by sending him back, that allows me to see more of this land, which I think is really nice. Now what I want to do is I want to have another one of these. What I could do is I could right click, copy, and then right click, rotate, and flip it horizontally. Oh, did I not? Oh, because I just did a copy, no paste. Silly, Mrs. Farrell. All right, you ready? So now we'll paste this guy. Control V, and here's my second one. And I'm going to have this one a little bit further back, and I'm going to send him backwards twice. And do you see how now we're starting to get some mountains? This one, I'm going to use my arrow keys and nudge him down even further so that I have some more room. And I'm going to nudge this one as well. I want this one to look like it's kind of going back in space, so I'm going to click up here on my gradient. What happens if that's nice? So it looks a little bit further away. And now what I think I'd like to do is I think I would like to start to make some clouds. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to get my shapes tool and I'm going to make cloud. And here's one. And again, I've got that black outline. I don't like it, and I'm making it a transparent. If you guys like the black outline, of course you can keep it. Now for my cloud, I could leave it light or I could make it white. And then I'm clicking away so I can see it. And then I could very easily, right, copy, Control C, Control V, and scale. So I have multiples. And maybe arrange, order, send backwards. And I might have to do this a couple times until it finally is behind my mountain layer. There we go. And now I will make a sun, and I'm going to use this for the sun. And I'm holding the shift key because that keeps it a perfect circle. And here I have my what will be a yellow sun. And I'll scale it, holding the shift key smaller. And you know what, since the mountain is tall over here, maybe I'll move the sun over on this side so there's a little bit more room. And uh-oh, my cloud is behind. So I'm going to right-click, order, and bring it all the way to the front. And one thing that I would like my cloud to be is a little bit transparent, meaning that I can see my sun through it instead of opaque like a wall. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to come down to Custom, and I'm going to make it white, which I have. And this is really nice. This is transparent, so it'll make it look like it's a soft cloud or slightly see-through. Now I press OK. And do you see how now it looks like there's a soft cloud in the sky? I think I like this cloud better than this one. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to delete that. And now I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to do Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and now I have another cloud. Control-V to paste again, and now I have another cloud. And I can even, whoops, and I can even scale these. I liked the look of that one behind the mountain, so I'm going to put him behind the mountain again. So I'm going to have to probably right-click, send back a couple times. And you could do the keyboard shortcut if you want to too. Control and then the down arrow. So Control down, Control down, Control down. And there it is. And here I have a start to my landscape. If I still had time, because I don't want the video to be too long, but I would love to see you guys, what if you ended up making like pine trees? So what other, oh, stars, that would be nice for a night sky. So, you know, maybe here I could use this gradient. Outline, no thank you. And maybe I could start to add some trees, a forest here, right? And I could also come in with, oh, a curved one might be nice to make a stump. And make that brown. So if you don't find the color that you want here, what you could do is you could come to Custom, and usually browns are best by when you go towards orange, and this is what it is right here. It shows you, and so there's a brown, and then I press OK, and then I can bring this tree. So there's my stump, or I can bring this tree, order, bring it to front, and now I have a tree. And then I can click on this, and then hold the Shift key and click on this, and then I can copy and paste, and I have my start to a forest. All right, so I'd love to see what you guys are going to create. I created mountains and a forest. You guys could do an ocean and an island, lakes and mountains. You could do a cityscape. So think about what image you want to do for your landscape image today. And these are the tools that you use. Your shapes here. And then let me get a shape. And once you have a shape highlighted, then that allows you to be able to edit and change it, right? The color. And then whenever you think you're done, just go ahead and turn in that assignment today. I look forward to see what you guys are going to make.